Hey YouTube, Mike here. How are we doing today? Hope we all had a warm and safe week. It was quite cold here in Florida, and I know all of your subscribers up in the north are freezing. A friend of mine in Pennsylvania was minus 27, and he was from here in Florida. He moved back up a few years ago, so he's freezing. All right, today, I actually had just a couple of suggestions since we did the vacuum piping, and you know, it's with the plumbing pipe, to do airline video. So I figured, you know, since I can't still touch the machines, and we were in the plumbing phase with the tote and everything, I figured let's go over the piping and what I feel, in my professional opinion as a plumber, is the best piping to use. I want to answer one question before I forget, and I've had a lot of comments and emails about it on the vacuum piping with the SDR35. A lot of people have gone to Home Depot or Lowe's. For some reason, they only carry the pipe. Only a very small of the stores carry also the fittings. You know, why? You know, I just need pipe, not fittings? I don't know. Plumbing Supply House. Best place to get it. Price-wise and selection, go to your local plumbing supply. They'll have the pipe, they'll have the fittings, they'll have the glue, hangers, everything. Okay? So I know I mentioned it in a general comment, but I just wanted to put it out on a video. All right, today, like I said, I want to go over the different piping that you could use for airlines. Now, years ago, being a plumber, being a pipe contractor, a lot of gas stations, a lot of processing factories called us to run airlines. It was threaded pipe. We ran, I think, up to 2-inch threaded pipe, black and galvanized. It's a Model T Ford. No one does it no more. We even did copper. In a couple of schools, we did copper tubing, soldered and pro-pressed them on. Again, extremely expensive, very hard to repair, and it it flakes. Okay, so airlines. You look on like Rockler and Woodcraft, and there's a couple of other companies out there that make basically roll tubing with these push connectors. Now I'll show you one. This is a speedy connector, but it's basically this type of tubing, but of course it's like 1/2 inch or 3/8 with these type of push fittings. And basically all you're doing is just pushing it in and making your connection. To take it apart, you notice there's this lip right here. All you do is squeeze it and it comes apart. So you're going to put a T in for a drop, you put it in, you put your drop down, you continue. Now, it's roll tubing, it's small, and it's very, very thin wall. This is speedy tubing. This is what feeds your sink. Excuse me. It's the same stuff in that roll. Holds pressure, works, but it's thin, it's repairable, you can add to it. But if you're meticulous with your shop and the layout in your shop, the next piping systems here that I'm going to show you and what I have is really the best. But yeah, they sell them in kits, 100-foot roll, bunch of straps. They give you fittings, they give you the adapters. You run it, you put your chocks, you put your air separator, you put your PRA valves in, and you got yourself an airline. But you know, you never can get it straight. All right, there's other two things that you could use. And these here, these push fittings, you can purchase from a supply house. And, well, Home Depot only sells up to, this is 3/8 tube size. So, like I said, this is what feeds your sinks. So everybody under your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink has that type of tubing. So it's really 1/4 inch. They make 3/8 and 1/2 inch. They even make up to 3/4. These push fittings, and they come white and black. All right. What I have here, and it's pretty much because what I had on the truck and what I already did. On my system, I have that 25-gallon tank which goes up to a reel. And then I have another chock for high pressure. It's away from my PVA valve, and I'll show you later. And it goes to where I can put a hose on, I can fill tires, or if I need something to fill real quick. Then it goes through a moisture trap PVA valve, goes up to that original 35-foot reel. And then I cut a T in because I wanted to add that reel, but I had my truck here and I did it in CPVC. So CPVC, which you can get all these stuff at Home Depot, and I'll show you. Here's an elbow, here's a T, this is the pipe. CPVC is made for domestic water, hot and cold. It'll take 212 degree water up to 200 PSI. We test this at 100 PSI at any given day for an inspector. But it'll take up to about 200 PSI. Once it's glued properly, sets for a couple of minutes, and you can definitely put air through it. Now, that's what I have, CPVC, and I'll show you the adapters and how to put it together. Very simple. Now, CPVC is CST, which is called copper, actually CTS, excuse me, listen to me, copper tube size. So, copper tubing, CPVC, and PEX tubing is all copper tube size. So, all different fittings will fit on this, mainly those shark bite fittings, and we'll get to those in a second. Where the pipe, your PVC pipe, is IPS. Now, they make pressure PVC. Can you use it? Yes, but it's larger. Best thing, is to use either the CPVC or the PEX pipe. But I will tell you exactly which one that I feel, and if I was to do it over again, what I would use. So basically, with your CPVC pipe, it's glued. They make a myriad of fittings, T's, elbows. They make these, well, we call them drop ear elbows, which is basically a CPVC socket with a 1/2 inch female thread and 3 ears. So when if you're going to come down the wall for a tap to put your chock, you could screw it right to the wall. You would put, say, because your chocks are usually either 3/8 or 1/4, most likely 1/4, you would get a 1/2 by 1/4 bushing, tape compound, put it in, put your chock in, now you have a tap. You can put a valve up here, so you can shut the line off if you want to, but, most of us, what do we have, 1 or 2? You just take the pressure off the compressor, and you can do whatever you want to do with it. So basically, with CPVC, you have a CPVC cutter. You mark your pipe, you cut it nice and square, clean off the end. You don't want any grease on it. This glue is amazing. It glues very good. You take your CPVC glue, which is the yellow can. They make multiple different glues. They make glues that do multiple different pipes. If you're going to do CPVC, Home Depot sells this little can. You want this yellow can. They also make a cleaner, so you can clean the ends and then glue it. But this is the glue. It's in a yellow can. And basically, pretty much self-explanatory. I'm doing it over a garbage pail. You want to get it on the pipe, a little in the fitting, and just push and turn. Take your rag and clean it up, because if you don't, it's going to get all over your hands and it's just going to make a mess of everything. Then you're going to say you want to put your drop piece on. Again, a little glue right around it. Don't go crazy with it. You don't have to smear it on. Just a little bit, and then when you put it in, push and turn. It'll give the glue all the way around. Now, depending on the temperature, you're doing it when it's really cold out, it's going to set slower. We'll give it 15 minutes when we do it. We really don't use this. We use that Uponor system, which I'm going to show you right now. But that is now a glue. In 15 minutes, you can put 150 pounds in this thing without a problem. So say, you know, you want to put this up. This is going to be your drop, which will go up. You can basically take your 2-hole strap, your drill. Now, these 2-hole straps, and they can be bought. They're plastic 2-hole straps. As you can see, 2 holes. You want to use a fine thread sheetrock screw, not the coarse. It'll break it, and it'll probably break anyway. They make these things called rabbit ears. So basically, if you're going to, say you were going to do this, come along a wall, you screw it in that way, and then they make nail straps, which click onto the pipe, and then it has a serrated nail that nails in. And I'll do this with the PEX. So basically, let me find my drill, and we'll put the first one up. You basically take, I'll put the second one on, and it opens up, so you don't have to put it on the pipe. So you just put it up like so. And it's this thing, I'm going up too high, that's why. Let's go a little lower here. So I don't have 3 hands. There we go. Get it nice and, so if you tighten it up too much, just leave it loose a little bit. Now you can rotate it, get it nice and level. There. Now you can put your other. And then you would take your, for your chock. Can we see that? Yes, we can. I'm only going to put 1 screw in. You know, you would glue that on, of course. And there you go. So there's your PVC line. Compressor, right to it. Now, what you really need to do is put a T here and put, I'll show you 2 different valves. So you would put a T there with one of these fittings, which is a straight, this is actually the Uponor, but it's a straight female. But you would put a T fitting with a valve on the bottom, or you can use one of these, which is 1/4 by, it's just a bob at the end of the line to bleed out any moisture. But if you're going to hook it if you're going to, like I have up here, you could build a compressor up. You can just take a chock fitting, chock it in quick into a bucket, and any water that's in there will blow itself out. So that's that's a tap. So from the compressor, there. So from the compressor, you know, you would have a moisture trap with a PVA, and I'll show you what I have over there. So this is a moisture trap that I'm going to be actually putting on my airbrush compressor. It's 1/4 inch, and they make them 3/8, and they make them 1/2 inch. They make them up to 4 inch. So the next, let me just close this glue before I end up hitting it and spilling it all over the place. All right. What I would actually highly recommend, and if I was doing this over, what I would do is I would do it in PEX tubing, preferably the Uponor system. Why? You go into Home Depot, you see the rolls of PEX, you see the straight pieces of PEX. Straight pieces are better because you can get it nice and straight. You can actually bend it to get it straight, but you know, there'll be a little loops in there. But with the Uponor PEX, there's 2 different kinds of PEX. There's regular PEX, and then there's type A PEX. Type A PEX is thicker. It holds more pressure, more heat. But the biggest thing, especially here in Florida, is that bugs, rats, squirrels, tree rats don't eat it. They try to take a snip of it and they go away from it. Why? I have no idea, but nothing eats through this. Plus, it will not deteriorate over time. CPVC, uninsulated, will deteriorate, will turn yellow, will become brittle. You can actually take it and it'll still hold the pressure, but like with us, it snaps. So this will not. Now, you can use the Uponor fittings. You can also use the shark bite fitting. The shark bite fitting is a push and removable fitting that comes in all different configurations. T, elbow, coupling. Then it has straight adapters, male and female. Elbow adapters, female, male. So it's the same. Here you go, you see? Now it's a shark bite. And they also make caps to cap off a line where, again, with the vacuum system, last thing, put a T. You ever want to add to it, all you got to do is remove it, connect to it, and now you got another tap. So basically, with a shark bite fitting, it comes with these, it's basically a PEX stiffener. And they're in there. They used to come separate in the bag and you had to push them in, but now they're in there. You just got to make sure that it gets inside the pipe and push it on. That's the connection. That's it. And it rotates 360 degrees. So you want to put your T in. Just make sure you get it in there. And there you go. To remove it, you take one of these little C, Home Depot sells them, Lowe's sells them. It's a little C clip. You basically put it onto right where this little gray, see that little tan lip? That gets pushed up and it removes the shark teeth. So you take it and you push and you pull. Removable. Reusable. A zillion times. So put it on. Get your fingers in there, push and pull. That's it. Now, of course, the older they are, the little harder they are to come apart. So, with the PEX tubing, you're going to use a PEX cutter. Now, you notice we have a red tape on here. We carry a few of these. This is specifically, we have two of them actually, specifically used to cut this PEX. Because you want a nice sharp blade. Get a nice square cut. Rotate it, and then find your fitting and push it on. There you go. Now you got a drop to go and continue on. Now, these are the best fittings to use. A little bit more expensive, but again, you make a mistake, you could remove it and you can go on. Now, if you're going to do it now, if for some reason you can rent this tool or borrow it from a friend, or if you happen to be in the trade like me, it's the Uponor system. Basically, it's the Type A PEX. You can't use any other PEX, but Type A PEX. It will say Uponor on the PEX. It comes in blue, it comes in clear, it comes in white, and it comes in red. Now, of course, we use red and white. Never make a mistake on what's hot and what's cold. You're going to use a ring. It's a stiffener ring. One end has three little barbs in it. One end is quite open. The quite open end goes onto the pipe. Now, you're going to take your fitting. If you notice, the fitting has serrations on it. It has a bigger serration in the center. It has a stop. Now, depending on the temperature is how long it's going to take, how fast you're going to be to put this together. If it's warmer, this thing will close because you're expanding everything. The also beauty about this is that you don't dry fit. You don't put the fitting together to take a measurement and then you put the other thing in, you glue, you put your shark bite. Well, shark bite, when it goes in, it goes in. But this will not go in until it's expanded. So, basically, this is how I do it. That's the tool. And as you can see, the head expands. Okay, you're gonna, for 1/2 inch, you're gonna count 7 times. You're gonna insert it. That's the fitting. So you went into the stop. Now, give it 5-10 seconds. You can rotate it a little bit if you need to. But in 5-10 seconds, you're pulling this apart. Two trucks won't pull it apart. You'll bend, you'll stretch this, you'll break it. You won't pull this apart. That's your connection. Okay, then you take, we just cut another little piece here. Take a ring. Again, look for the little bobs in there. You want the Bob's your uncle end. Four, 5, 6, 7. When we do 1/2 inch, it's like Sesame Street. The word of the day is 7. Ha, 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 ha. When we do 3/4, the word of the day, the number of the day is 8. We can do from 1/2 inch to 3 inch. 3 inch takes 2 of us because the machine is so massive it has to sit on a table. And one guy feeds it in and another guy holds the machine and hits the trigger. So with this now, these will stand off a little bit off the wall. Now let's try the nail straps and see. You want to stand back a little bit from the end. Let's try the nail strap and see if we don't knock the table over. No, we didn't. And then you get your level on there. Now, I like to put the nail straps down. Some people put them 2 different directions. I like to put them down. Okay, then you want to get another one right here to keep it off the wall. Get it nice and straight. That's the beauty with this. Is that you don't have to, you can straighten it just by bending it. Then they also make that same drop your elbow. Okay, it's the Uponor end by 1/2 inch female. They do not make a male. So in the case of, like, just say you did the Uponor, you can now put a shark bite fitting on. You can get a, let's see, yes I do. You can put your 2-hole strap there. And now if you want to, you can actually turn this. And it doesn't hurt it that it moves. They also make the shark, for some reason I didn't bring one. They make the shark bite valve. They make also Uponor plugs. So when you, say you wanted to have a line at the end, now there's your future. And like I said, if you want to, you can mix and match. Uponor, another piece of Uponor. Here's your drop, here's your future, here's your compressor. So, where did I put it? In my pocket. And then to remove it, if you notice there's an open side and a closed side. You want the open side on the thing. Push it on. And pull. And I'll do this other one later. So if you want to, you can have a T. You can put that bleeder there. But this is most likely going to be a hose because you're going to be using a nailer. So you can actually blow it right through the hose. And that's it. This system right here is what I feel is to be the best system. And depending on your price range, you know, SharkBite's going to cost more than the Uponor fittings. Also, with the Uponor, as you notice, it's all plastic. It's all polymer. No rust. No rust, no flaking, no nothing. So if you can somehow, you know somebody, if you could rent a tool, rent it for a day, do the system. It works perfectly. All right, let me give you a quick tour or a quick shot of what I have. And no, I do not have a valve. And why? I didn't have it and I wanted to get it done. All right, so there's my, okay, there's my moisture trap and my pressure reducing. That hose comes from the compressor there. I bought that hose. It's a 12 foot. It's a high pressure hose and I got it from like Pep Boys, one of those two, Napa. And then it goes up to that first reel. Then there's a T. You see the line running along right there? That's what I added later. And again, it's because I had just CPVC on my truck. See, it goes up to the ceiling. I put a bunch of straps, goes above my air cleaner. And then you see what I did? I didn't have a regular elbow, drop your elbow, so I ended up having to use a press one and a SharkBite coupling so I can attach copper to CPVC, and that's what attaches, and then it's got a quick connect. Everything I put on, instead of screwing it on, I put quick disconnects, the chock fittings, so that I could take the stuff off and futz with it if I had to. All right, let me get this back up on the camera stand here. Okay. All right, let me just get this back in another angle because we want to, and let me make sure there we go. Okay, so, again, if you have questions, if you have any comments, just drop me email, because everything, like again, will be in my description below, and I'll answer it as best I can. But I just want to show you what I found at Home Depot today. Well, actually, what they saved for me. All right, so basically, the Uponor is what I feel to be the best. Again, if I had to do it over again, I would be putting the Uponor system in. All right, quickly. I don't know if anybody of Home Depot's maybe still have it, but they saved one for me because they did it during the week and they sold out. I went in today and they handed me this. It's the pack out system that they had for sale. You can buy them online. And they had the big with the wheels, comes with a couple of tools. Then the next one comes with the drill, the impact, and the circular saw. And then this one came with the drill and the impact. This thing, well, I ended up paying, what did I end up paying? It was $139.95, and I had a $50 gift certificate. I saved $45, and they put one on the side for me in case I wanted it. And just, I mean, with the 2 batteries and the pack out system alone, it pretty much almost paid for itself. And we go through drills pretty fast, so I picked it up. And I never purchased one of these before. I don't know what's in it. I mean, I know it's in it, but I don't know if they pre-molded the inside. Don't know anybody that had one, but let's see what's in it. I know there's a drill, there's the impact, there's a charger, there's the handles, there's 2 batteries, but let's see. It's cardboard, so it's not pre-molded. Now, okay, well, whatever. I thought maybe they did like a mold in here. It's a 2.0 batteries. which is not bad. I guess what happened is they're discontinuing the sale of it. Milwaukee's not. They have the new system, and this is the brushless system. They have the other one that has the little GPS doodads in it. That's the one they're selling now, and I think it's $250. So it comes with a 2850-20 impact drill. Got any juice in here? Yeah, one little bar. How many do I have? A few. Do we go through impacts a lot? No. Do we go through drills a lot? Yes. I mean, between under the houses and in the dirt and everything else, that's why I bought it. And the drill is a 2801-20, and the whole kit is a 2892-22 CTPO. All in the description below. So, all right. I mean, I thought there was like a molded thing in here, you know, that this would sit. They don't give you any of the dividers or anything, as you can see. They give you the instruction manuals. They give you the little thing that shows you, hey. But like I said, I bought it for the drill, I bought it for the batteries, and I bought it for the pack out. So drills, well, and charger. God knows how many we have. But pack out system will stay here. The drills and charger and batteries, because we use a lot of batteries on our truck. We'll go to the shop. And these are good for like the lights and stuff like that. Oh, that light, and using it at that house, man. Whew, $149.95 at Home Depot. Damn, best light. It's the best light. I have 3 tower lights. I have the high intensity lights. I have, and with that plug, I mean, we were out of the thing. Oh, damn it, we left the light in the middle of the house. All right, just grab the cord. Grabbed the cord, pulled it back, pulled the thing all up. Anything else would have unplugged. I mean, not to do that, but, you know, not to go back under the house again. So, all right, Home Depot, listen to me, man. I'm losing my mind. Okay, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Questions? Send me an email. I'll be more than happy to answer them. You want a Mike's Woodshop sticker? Send me your contact information, and I'll send you one. Again, any supply house will sell this. The SharkBite, CPVC, and PEX. Home Depot doesn't have Type A PEX. You have to get it at a supply house, and a supply house that sells Uponor, but probably 100% of all supply houses sell it. Alrighty, again, I'd like to thank everybody. I'm closing on 6,000 subscribes. Again, thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart, man, I am amazed, and I'm just going to keep throwing out that content. Alright, you all have a safe and warm week, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.